Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Great Guitar Build-Off 2022 with McD Guitars, hanging with Mickey McDowell. Can't believe it's episode 7 already, having tons of fun over here. If you're still here watching, then I appreciate you bearing with me learning how to do videos. It's been a real learning curve, but I think there's subtle improvements going on. And, I'm doing all this on an Android phone with an app for editing, so it's about what my resources are in the photography department. We've got more body work to do today, and more sanding. I kind of thought about breaking it up and throwing something else interesting in the mix. Maybe start our fretboard, do something else to break it up. But I decided I just want to push on through and keep going here. I think after this video, we'll be to a place where we can trim some of that out, and maybe I'll just show highlights of finishing corners and this and that, and you won't have to sit through minutes of sanding. So I want to start off today by asking for some help with the problem I have. So let's zoom in and check it out. So here we are with our headstock design. We have our standard template going here. Sorry for the shadows, but we got our tuner placement. Obviously, with our standard headstock template we have going on, that allows us plenty of room for our tuners to go. I decided I really want to kind of try to match that horn on the headstock also, and really tie all this together with those similar angles. I don't have to go this dramatic out. I'm sure I could cheat that in a little bit and then maybe do something crazy over here or something so it doesn't get too skinny. But even doing some research, I haven't really been able to find out, how far I can move my tuner outwards without causing problems. I know eventually that will cause some problems. So if there's anyone out there who, obviously most of you have a lot more experience than me, I was wondering if you could just break down to me just slightly how much you can fiddle with tuner placing before you start to hurt things. I know I had a bass once that would always break nuts because the design wasn't good, so I know you can't go too far, but I'm just wondering how much wiggle room do I have to move these tuners outboard. So please help me. Right, well, here we are with another good set of angles on the top. We still could change from here. You never know. I never know what's going to happen here. I'm just going with it as we go. But I think it's time that we work on the back. So let's take a peek and see what our plans are for it. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with the flow of this body. I really like what we're starting to get here, how we're separating there and here. So I was thinking, what better way to keep it running than do somewhat of a repeat on the back. I think having two sets of parallel lines on each side matching is going to give it a really nice look. We're going to stay a little wider to maintain more of a back style and be comfortable. And our angles changed up a little bit just to keep it fresh. And I'm pretty excited to see, our control cavity cover is still at full width here. It's going to be really exciting to see getting a carve out of that to be part of the body. Pretty excited to see how that works. So I guess there's only one way to make it happen. We're gonna have to go do some sanding. Anybody want to join me? Another hard day's work and another day of me being really happy how it went. I really like how we're going here, and wow, we are getting light. All these new curves today really were inspiring. On previous video where we started doing some stain testing, I got some really good comments, about wrapping some colors around the body, and I'm so set. I just love having that natural maple ring right around the edge of my guitar. This thing's starting to speak. If you look right here, we've got a nice little landscape, right? That's what we're doing here. I'm always thinking maybe a little land there. And then we'll have blue sky here, which will run right into our blue on the top. And we can just kind of let it go and, land. Maybe we'll just take a peek and we'll really have to check it out. So it's been a long day. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Pretty happy with where we're at, but next time we get at it, we're gonna do some more in-depth stain testing and start, and the first time I kind of slopped them on, and now we need to practice what we're gonna do for our fades, and just all around, probably small brown, half-inch brown, inch and a half dark green, half-inch light green, maybe up into here. There's a lot of dark blue, a lot of light blue. That's kind of where I'm rotating to now. But wow, if we can landscape this out a little and blend those colors in around the edge, I might be able to give up my natural maple ring here and roll with it, Just planning on just leaving the back natural with our natural ring, but we'll have to see. I'm going to do some mock-ups and some testing, and maybe even just do some real in-depth visual looks at this and see what we can work out to go with our landscape idea. So until tomorrow, cheers everyone. Good morning. It's shaping up to be a fine day today, and we have some fun stuff to do, so let's dive right in. Getting to some pretty good places with this thing. I'm really happy with how everything's going here. So when I have to stain this thing, I don't want to just jump right into it and throw it around. So we're going to do some more detailed stain testing today. What I'm going to do is we're going to go outside and throw a lip on this so we can kind of recreate our carve on the guitar. See, I'm hoping the stain's going to react a little bit different with some of the ingrain and different stuff, so I can maybe we have brown, we're going to run it up the line a little. Get to green, we'll run it up the line a little further. So if we could take this line and just run each color a little further than the color goes on it, I think that's going to look pretty nice. But I think it's also something we should test out. So along with that, we're going to maybe even test, we're not going to glue anything together, but we could see and test if we can wrap around and see how that's going to look and try a couple different things there. So I'm pretty excited. Let's go get after it. Okay, here we are. Did a decent job on giving us something to, at least play around with, right? And we've got this piece we're going to go ahead and give a landscape and see how that mates up. So start off, stain, leave natural maple ring, do a landscape on here, and we'll see how that looks. Then do a wraparound job on this and see how that looks. I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. Well, I learned a lot with that. It was pretty exciting for me, and hopefully it wasn't too dull for you. But yeah, some of the tests were pretty eye-opening right away. So this part I really like. You know, this turned out pretty good, I think. You know, and our maple ring is gonna win. You know, I know I was kind of laughing. You know, I'm sure you guys are like, I thought you said you were gonna do better blending this time, right? Well, I'm still working on it. You know, real close. The brown into the green, even into the blue looks all right. I still have some work to do on blending these blues. I'll definitely have to practice that a little more before we go for the big shot. But the second I put stain on the limba, I immediately knew I didn't want to do it. The back's going to stay natural, and then we'll have a natural maple ring. I also, if you notice, didn't really like the wing nut, you know, had some different ideas in the beginning once you started getting that carve, maybe trying to run brown up all the way up that line and even through some of the other stuff. But in the end, I think this is something to this effect is going to look really nice. So that's what I'm going to go with. The top, it'll look good. Yeah, obviously our half that thickness with our natural maple. And yeah, limba stain limba. I didn't even stain the second piece for the wraparound because I instantly knew that it just takes too much away from the grain of the wood, you know, and it really taught a lesson too that I'm gonna have to really mix down my stains pretty light when I do the landscape on the neck so I can maintain the grain structure on there. So it was a good learning lesson today. You know, I have been doing some body work behind the scenes. Been doing a lot of finish sanding on this guy. You know, it's nowhere near finished, but I seem to finish it and recarve it and then finish it again. And yeah, I really like the shape we got going on here. I'll try to throw some good pictures up here of all the different angles we have going on now. And you'll see the places that there's work to do and places where it's starting to come around. But I think most of this work's going to start going behind the scenes now. So if I have any major joints or junctions or lines come in, I'll be sure to show you guys and let you see how it's going. But this is just gonna be some sanding when I want to do it here and there, which means next episode we're gonna do something new, and I haven't quite decided yet. You know, I'm just gonna think about it over the next couple days and decide where I want to go now. So it's gonna be awesome. Next episode we'll start making some different colored sawdust. I can't wait. Cheers.